everyone, welcome to another Pick a Pile reading. I'm the Unobtrusive Healer, and today I'm here with a reading to look at 3 big things you can expect to see soon. So we are going to be looking at 3 different things you can expect to see. We're going to clarify each of those things. We're also going to get any other smaller bits and pieces that we can see coming, and a final healing message for each group. Today we have my son's cars making a special appearance. Well, a select few out of the many cars that he has. And they are going to be our pile selection items today for a little bit of fun. So out of the 3 cars that you can see here, I want you to pick which car you would most prefer to take for a spin if it was a real one. So we have the black 350Z, if that means anything to anyone. Otherwise, just go based on how it looks. So that's group 1. Group 2 have the Skyline. And I swear this looks like the one from the Fast and Furious movie. Too close. And group 3 have the purple Jag. So again, select your pile based on which car you would most like to take for a spin. See how you go. If you need to come back and choose a different pile, or you feel called to more than one because you'd really like to drive more than one, then take that as a sign that there's messages in both readings perhaps. But once you've made your decision, I'll see you in your pile and we'll get into your messages. Hi there group 1, welcome to your reading where we're going to be looking at 3 things happening for you soon. So if you're here with group 1, you chose the 350Z, or this little black car. And we are going to dive into your messages. So we'll leave him up there and we'll pull out your 3 cards for your 3 different things that the universe wants to talk about that are coming to you soon or happening for you soon. And then we'll get into them. Oh, my nose is starting to itch. Usually that's when there's plenty of messages waiting to come through. So for group 1, what is the first big thing they can expect to see soon? We're going to do that again. Just 1 card. What is the first big thing that group 1 can expect to see soon? Okay, I'm going to take that one. So that's card number 1. The next big thing that group 1 can expect to see? Okay, so that one's flipped over. Queen of Keys. We might take those together. What's the third big thing that group 3 can expect to see soon? flipped up there. So we've got destiny. Okay, so let me just make sure we're all straight up here. All right, so if we start over here with our communication is key, new moon in Gemini card, and we break this card down a little bit, to me this signals and signifies. To me, this signals a new cycle when it comes to communication. So new ways of communicating, maybe better ways of communicating. If there's anybody that you've been sort of struggling to communicate with recently, things have been tense, or it feels like you're not really in sync, or there's been some misunderstandings, it's going to get a lot easier. So if you have a certain relationship where you're struggling, or you're having arguments, or you're just kind of out of sync with someone in your life, then things are going to start to get easier there. There's going to be a positive shift in the way that you communicate, and maybe also the depth that you're communicating. So maybe you're going to be a little bit more honest, or someone's going to be a bit more honest with you. But essentially it's kind of like there's a completely new start that comes down to communication. We might move into the tarot and sort of break this down and see what more wants to come through on that. If you're someone that's like had a difficult time expressing yourself, if you keep things bottled in, or you hide your true feelings, or you don't say things you really want to say, this could be a time where you start to open up that throat chakra and be more authentic in your communication and your self-expression. All right, so this shift in communication, okay. First card that we have is the Nine of Swords. What else can you tell us about this shift in communication that's coming for group 1? Okay, so with the Nine of Swords as a clarifier there, the first thing I'm thinking is the way that you communicate and speak to yourself. I think that you're going to start to get a lot kinder. And then the Queen of Wands. I think you're going to be a lot kinder on yourself. So this makes me think, now that we're diving a little further into it, that maybe you've struggled with like a very harsh inner critic when it comes to the way that you speak to yourself, judge yourself, and how kind you are to yourself. It seems like there's a shift in your internal dialogue where maybe you're going to be a lot more forgiving and a lot more positive. Like from the Nine of Swords to the Queen of Wands, that's a very, very positive shift. The Queen of Wands is someone that's very confident about themselves, not just physically, but knowing that it's not just about the physical, it's about who you are on the inside. The Queen of Wands knows who she is. She knows her worth. She loves herself, and she, has the confidence to speak her mind, follow her dreams, and do the things that she says she's going to do. So it feels like you're really going to be, it's going to be like a mental shift. And I feel like the way that you even see yourself is going to change with this shift. So I think it's going to start with the way that you talk to yourself, and it's going to have a ripple effect into the way that you feel about yourself and in the way that you express yourself. So it all starts with your own inner dialogue, and then it ripples out and affects other areas of your life, like the way that you communicate with others, the way that you glow when you're out, the way that you express yourself, the way that you dress, the way that you view yourself. It's going to shift from negative to positive very, very drastically. I think you're going to worry a lot less about yourself, how you look, what people think of you, because it all starts with being easier and gentler on yourself. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse position. So I think essentially okay, so there's two things that came to me just then. The first thing is like the way you see yourself and the way that you see your worth is going to change, because the Queen of Pentacles in reverse could kind of signal to me someone who's not recognizing their true worth, and they're not really grounded in that worth. And then I could also see it as someone who has been too stubborn to look past certain things, like too stubborn to let go of all of the negativity. So that's like still an inner shift that's going on. But the Queen of Pentacles in reverse sometimes, and in this case it can come through to me as a feminine figure who is stubborn, maybe very set in their ways. I don't think they have the ability to see their worth. But it feels like this could be like a mother or someone in the family or something like that. Or it could be a friend, but it feels like Five of Cups underneath. It feels like there's a disappointment with somebody in your life. It could be that you speak up about something that's bothered you, or you ask certain questions, or you try to open up in an attempt to move forward and heal, but it could be that you're not received well. You're received with stubbornness, pride, which leads to like disappointment and regret with the Five of Cups. So essentially it's almost like you're evolving and you're becoming more confident to perhaps either set boundaries, ask certain questions, have difficult conversations in order to overcome issues, but someone else is less receptive and putting their defenses up, and that's leading to a disappointment. So there's a lot of positive shifts happening within you, but I feel like, not everyone's going to grow with you and be receptive. But I feel like there is some disappointment and sadness attached to it. But all I really want to say is like, that's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of their pain or their insecurities or their inability to really look at themselves. So there's like polarity with that message. It's like your evolution when it comes to the way you speak to yourself and the way that you express yourself to others is really, really coming along, and you're really growing into this Queen of Wands. But then there's someone that's kind of refusing to bud, refusing to grow. And there's a bit of a clash there that leads to some disappointment and regret. Give me one card for the main advice for group 1 with that situation. One card for the main advice for group 1 for that situation. Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse is about uprooting a situation. So I feel like your advice is, you know, have that conversation. Speak about those things you need to speak about, even if it does lead to completely uprooting your life, because there's new life beyond the drama, you know, like, yes, it will be disappointing at the time, but big picture, it will lead to new life emerging, new energies, you know, if you lose anything, it's going to be replaced with something great. But, you know, sometimes we have to completely uproot something to lay a solid foundation. So, you know, I think this is Spirit saying, if you need to uproot. If you need to completely start new with a clean slate, then do so. But don't silence yourself to make someone else comfortable. We've also got the Ten of Pentacles reversed when I just sort of subconsciously split the deck there, and those two cards can sort of mean like a split or a distancing from someone, you know, whether it's in the family or a close friend or someone, you know, in your close community. And that's what Spirit's saying, like, if that's what you need to do to be your true self and express yourself with full authenticity and fully step into your power, then do that. Don't let anybody else dim your light. And what's interesting is the way these cards, I've laid them, is that everything is trying to squash that light that's coming through in that Queen of Wands. The way that I put them here, they've ended up like this, and it is like someone's trying to box you in or keep you confined to their level. Okay, so we might move on to the next situation, which is just in the middle here with the Two of Keys, the Treasure, and the Queen of Keys. So to me, this feels like there's a bit of a chaotic situation going on, but there's something good that comes out of it. So whether that's, you know, the drama and chaos of this situation and everything that's seemingly completely a mess, or whether it's something completely different, what I can see here is that someone in your life, whether you already know them or whether this is a new person, they're going to be very instrumental in helping you see the positive again and turn things around and kind of stay connected to your light and your truth. So like the Treasure card is about, like, yes, there is there's a mess that this person needs to clean up, and he's kind of looking at this like, oh my God, what am I going to do here? But there's like this opportunity or this light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and that's someone is going to be instrumental in helping you see that. So we're going to do some clarifying here now. So this could be someone like a mentor, or it could be someone more like a friend or a teacher, or like I said, it's someone you already know. But let's have a look at this situation now. So the second thing that group one can expect to see, so we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, that's, you know, feeling really dissatisfied about something that's happened, not feeling good about something at all. It can be a card of like feeling, you know, bored or dissatisfied with something, or it can be a card of feeling stuck or complacent. we have the Six of Swords. So that's that kind of like moving forward energy. So it's like, I've been unhappy here for so long. There's nothing I can do about it except for just move forward and keep moving forward. Interesting that we have a bit of an eclipse scenario happening here because we've just had the eclipse. So I feel like the eclipse is instrumental, like especially if you're watching this close to when I've posted it, the eclipse seems to be very instrumental in what's shifting here. Queen of Swords. Actually, I feel inclined to twist that the other way. And I feel like this is representing this person here, because I was going to say I'm picking up air energy with that one. And then the Queen of Swords has come out and kind of, again, given me that air energy vibe. So it could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But they are going to help you see where you're stuck or where you've been keeping yourself stuck. And they're going to somehow help you move forward, you know, with the acceptance that there are some things that you just sort of can't change. Maybe some people that you just can't change. But they're going to see you how to move forward in any way that you've been stuck previously. So this person is someone very wise. They're very direct, very honest, very objective, great sense of humor. And I feel like they have this like really warm, like I don't always get this with a Queen of Swords, but this one has like the biggest sun there. I feel like they have a very warm energy. And I almost feel like you're seeing this little picture here and they're going to help you see bigger, see the big picture. And that's what's going to help you move forward. Is there anything else? Oh, wow. Okay, that was a bit of an explosion. Is there anything else that we need to touch on with this second thing that group 2 is going to see? Anything else? Yeah, so this is like a mentor, teacher, or friend who's very intelligent. They could have like a strong connection to source or spirit, so they could be quite a spiritual being. We have the Page of Cups. And we have the Six of Pentacles. It feels like they're going to help you reconnect to the beautiful things in life. Or maybe they are someone that's connected to the beautiful things in life and they're going to help you do the same. I feel as though you may, I'm picking up this energy of like the two of you going away together, or you going away and meeting them, or like the two of you kind of going away with the purpose of sort of getting in touch with nature, connecting to spirit, connecting to the universe, connecting to self. I'm picking up this energy of a very... This might be someone you already know, because this really feels like a very valued or valuable friend, a very reciprocal connection with like mutual love, but it doesn't really feel like romantic love to me. It feels like that sort of pure platonic soul tribe kind of love type thing, you know? So if you don't already know them, I think they are a member of your soul tribe, and moving forward, once you do meet them, they'll be a very valued friend to you, as well as mentor, because they have a lot that they can teach you. But I think that you're like on the same wavelength, very in tune to your spirituality perhaps, or just this mutual love for nature. And I think that you're gonna get away together. And there's just going to be like a lot of great conversation, a lot of insights, feelings shared, you know, some of the most vulnerable feelings, like this is someone that you're going to trust, or someone that you already do really trust. For some of you, this could even be you just going by yourself, and this queen could be you. And you get away for that exact purpose of like connecting to yourself, your spiritual side, and you get the wisdom, or you gain the wisdom while you're away, because you have some peace and some clarity to kind of like see the bigger picture, not look so small scale, and start to look more big scale and see the big picture and clearly see the way forward. And it all comes from like reconnecting to your true essence, reconnecting to nature, and kind of getting into a nice clear environment where you can just be. Look at that, underneath the deck we had the sun. So once again, like the sun can represent like a little bit of a little getaway or a vacation, so that's like another sign that you might be getting away. But it's also a sign of, you know, really happy, positive, fun times, optimistic times. And, you know, like the sun is like the center of our universe. So it's sort of like doing things that really give you life to the core of your being, having a lot of fun. So I feel like that's just on the horizon for you, is like a lot of fun and like more lighthearted times after this experience. And then over here we have the card of destiny. So destiny is sort of, it's like linked to the wheel card. And so this could be a sign that something very fated is about to happen, or is going to be happening soon. Or it's like, you could interpret this as the universe has a hand in something that's going to unfold here. It can be a card of good luck and good fortune coming to you. It can be a card of like karma coming full circle, especially in the upright. It can be like, you know, good karma coming back to you. And basically like whatever whatever you've been sowing is what you're about to reap. So it's like what you've been putting out into the world is about to come back to you. We might move into the tarot and just see if we can clarify what this is relating to, because this is obviously something quite big, quite destined. So I would like to see what this is, if it's not a surprise. Actually, I might just have a quick sip of tea. All right, so what can you tell us about destiny? What destined thing is going on, or not going on? What destined thing is group 1 going to see happening soon? We have the Seven of Swords here. So either if someone wronged you or lied to you, they are getting their karma. Or maybe if someone lied to you or wronged you and you were very mature and the way that you handled the situation was, you know, obviously recognized, and you could be getting some good karma for the way that you handled the situation. Or this could definitely be if you have lied to anybody or if you have wronged anybody, it's about to come to light. So I want to look into this a little bit more and try to figure that out. But it seems like there's karma coming around. All right, so if someone that you've separated from, whether it's recently or more in the past, it's something's coming to light, or they're getting their karma, or whoever lied in that situation is getting their karma. The other thing I'm kind of seeing this is like anywhere that you've been lying to yourself and like pretending to be happy or putting a rug over anything that's been blocking your happiness, it's coming to light, and it's going to be made very clear in order for you to make the necessary changes to get closer to that true fulfillment. So like if you've been lying to yourself about a relationship or a partner and sweeping things under the rug, this is destiny coming in to say that's not going to work anymore. You need to either address it or end the relationship and move on. And we do have 2 10s here, so I do feel like something is ending or a cycle is ending. And again, it's like that clean slate energy. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Swords. Seven of Cups. With the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups, I feel like there's going to be a conversation about the options moving forward. So for many of you, that could indicate that this is to do with another person. So I don't know if this is the same situation. Perhaps it's very major and that's why it's kind of coming through quite significantly. But it's almost like sort of laying it all out on the table, being incredibly honest about your options moving forward. For some of you, it could have been someone entertaining other options. there's several different kind of like scenarios coming through with that one, so you'll have to apply it how it resonates for you. But in terms of, if we just speak about you and yourself, I feel like this is kind of getting clear on your purpose in this life, what makes you genuinely happy, and kind of realizing that the material side of things isn't everything with the Nine of Pentacles. It's almost like realizing, actually, I don't want to be rich, I want to be happy, I want to be fulfilled, and kind of getting very clear on a strategy moving forward and assessing your options and what you can do with your life to make it more fulfilling, instead of living this lie where you're working this job that's paying really well but you're actually low-key miserable and pretending that you're happy to the world. So it could be like what's shifting and changing is like your intentions, your goals, your desires and your dreams, and what you want to do with the world and for the world, how you can serve the world, how you can earn a living but be incredibly happy while doing it. And that could be sort of how you're aligning with your destiny and how destiny is going to unfold. I've just done that thing where I've unconsciously split the deck again. And we have the Lovers. Interesting. So if you are having a difficulty in a relationship, it definitely can find harmony again with these honest conversations and getting very clear about your options, what you both want moving forward, and seeing where you can compromise and, you know, do some give and take. So it doesn't have to mean there's a full-on separation, but I think it involves both of you being very honest with each other about what you want and need out of both life and each other in order to make it work. Like this Knight of Swords here is in front of a chessboard. It's like being smart about how you're going to achieve the goal. So if we kind of summarize all of that, I would say that the next few months has a lot to do with the relationship with yourself and your relationships with others. Excuse me. It's about communicating more authentically and expressing your true self. It's about not dimming your light to make anybody else comfortable. It's about honoring you, your needs, what you want in your life. And it's about aligning with your destiny. All right, so what are we doing next? Now we're going to, we're going to go into the Energy Oracle and just pull a few more cards. And these are some more kind of, well, they're intended to be some more little minor or smaller things that are going to be happening soon. They may or may not be related to what we've already got. We'll just have to wait and see. So what else can group 1 expect to see happening soon? We have Man Holding a Heart. So this could be an indication that you or someone if you're single, there could be someone that's either flirting with you or trying to ask you out or trying to take you on a date or something coming soon. Man Holding a Heart is like someone who is emotionally available. Obviously, there's also a woman holding a heart in this deck, so it does represent a male or a masculine energy. So you may have a romantic interest coming up if you're single. Otherwise, like I said, if you're in a relationship, this is someone who is getting more vulnerable with you, being more open and honest. And that was a lot of what we had sort of like over here. And so I feel like communication is going to start getting more vulnerable if you already have a partner, or this could just be like a friend or someone in the family who's being more vulnerable, and more like expressive of their feelings. So if you're single, you could have someone interested in you. If you're in a relationship, this is either someone being more vulnerable with you, or this could even be you being more in tune and vulnerable with your masculine energy, or learning to soften your own masculine energy. We have attachment in the reverse. So this to me is a confirmation of you being very honest with yourself and dropping the act, dropping the facade, admitting to yourself and to maybe someone else where you're not actually happy with something, and being ready to let go of what's not working and make changes. So that's sort of dropping the act, dropping the attachment to things that aren't working, and being honest that you need or want to make a change. And we'll get one final card. Number 22, yin yang. So yeah, definitely kind of coming into balance and bringing a lot of harmony and balance back into your life and into your being. So they're your little extra things that are coming through. And the final card that we're going to get, I have two decks mixed together for this one. And this is intended to be sort of like a final healing message or a final message of advice as we move into all of this. So what's the final healing or the final advice message for group 1 as we move into all of these predictions? So we have the card number 26, Love and Light, and I'm going to read it from the book. Okay, so it says, sending this love and light means two things. Love, the deepest form of unconditional love possible that you have in your heart and beyond physical comprehension. And light, the purest form of light that permeates any darkness and finds any cracks or imbalances that are unable to resonate at this frequency or vibration, gently raising those to this level. People can sometimes be resilient to assistance. Those with addictions or challenging behavioural or physical issues may not be able to ask or be willing to receive help. Feeling helpless can sometimes be overwhelming to caregivers and those with strong empathic qualities. Not being able to offer aid or having assistance refused when a person's pride is too great can also feel disheartening. More importantly though is to remember to respect their free will by acknowledging their own personal interference or intrusion into this person's life. Being too pushy in this area will have the opposite effect and personal karmic backlash, so make sure your ego is kept in check. Those stuck in victimhood archetypes or their emotional pain body are often not willing to be active participants in their own healing on a conscious level, particularly if their reasoning is recent or raw, including issues such as trauma and grief. Everyone heals in their own time, and it's important for respect to be given in this moment. All you can do right now is send this person or this issue love and light. You are merely an observer in this case, and it is out of your control. Regardless for the physical outcome, there is little you can do except send this loving energy to this issue. This has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a more positive outcome. Anyone you know can receive this loving form of healing energy, purely sending from your heart with the celestial realm of 100% pure light can alter lower energies into a higher frequency, helping those experiencing hardships or a tough time in life. That is a very interesting message because of our very first situation over here, which was talking about a difficult person who's not receptive, not willing to hear you out, not willing to understand you, just getting defensive. I think I said they were defensive, guarded, and too stubborn. And in this book, it was saying that they're just not receptive. So therefore, I think that's coming down to that person that's challenging you. And that's just a message that from now on, you just need to sort of acknowledge that you can't control anyone. You can't force anybody to heal. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And you may not be able to control anyone's response to you, but that doesn't mean that you should change yourself or dim your light in order to make them comfortable. You should just detach from what you need to detach from. Potentially, this attachment is to this person. Maybe you feel like you owe them something, or maybe they're part of the family and you're like, I can't just detach from family, but maybe it's acknowledging I can't be my true self here. I can't express my true self here. Therefore, it does not serve me. Therefore, I let it go with love and light, and just sort of, sending this person healing rather than holding on to resentment or anything, just sending them love and light, letting go, forgiving yourself, forgiving them if that's needed, and being willing to just sort of rise above and respect their free will in the process. So that is the end of your message, Group 1. I hope that you've enjoyed it today. Please don't forget to hit the like button if it's been helpful for you. But until next time, sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye. Hello, Group 2. Welcome to your reading where we are looking at 3 big things you can expect to see soon. If you're here with Group 2, you've chosen the Silver Skyline. And we are going to get straight into your messages. So let's pull out your cards. So we're going to 3 different decks to get hopefully three different, more significant things you can expect to see soon. And then we're going to clarify them each individually to get a really good look at them. And then we're going to get a few little predictions of what's coming, more minor ones, if there's anything else to come through. And then we're going to get a final healing or final advice message. All right, so for Group 2, please, what is the first big thing that Group 2 can expect to see soon? I'll bring my arms into frame, actually. What is the first big thing of 3 things? Oh my God, I'm getting all tongue-tied and weird. What am I doing? Okay. What is the first big thing that Group 2 can expect to see soon? So we had the mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay. Is the second big thing Group 2 can expect to see soon? Okay, we have number 21, Uriel and the Sphinx. And what is the third big thing that group 2 can expect to see soon? We have number 4, foundation and achievements. So if we begin over here with our mutable moon card. Now, the mutable moon, as it says here, nothing is yet set in stone. So this is making me feel like something you thought was a done deal, over and done with, set in stone, concrete, solidified, done deal. It's actually not as concrete as you maybe thought, and something is actually changing. Like the waters are beginning to stir, I guess, and something's actually going to be changing. Now, this can either be a good or a bad thing, because this could mean that something that you're really excited about that you thought was completely concrete, signed, sealed, delivered is not as concrete as you thought. Or it could be like something that you're not happy with that you thought was over and done with or finished. It means that there's like room for change, room for improvement. You have the potential to make it more positive. So we're going to have to pull some tarot cards to figure out what this is for you. But I could also kind of pull that through as a message of like, whatever's going on right now, nothing is yet set in stone. Like, it will be what you make of it, basically. All right, but let's get some tarot and figure this out. So nothing is yet set in stone. Can we help group 2 in terms of this situation? Okay. So we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, okay. So the 9 of Wands can sometimes be like sort of approaching a finish line. So in the reverse position, it's making me think of, yeah, like something falling through or something coming apart with the 4 of Wands reversed as well. In the upright, that'd be something very stable, solid foundation, a great achievement, basically. But in this position, something is falling through or coming undone or falling apart. So it feels like something that you've been working really hard towards. Feels like it's coming undone. But like if I look at the next couple of cards, I feel like it's a redirection or a realignment. It's actually an opportunity. We have the Queen of Pentacles. This is an opportunity for you to shake things up. So I feel like with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, this is like stubborn, rigid, routine, you know, doing things a certain way is not working for you. It's time to change things up. So if you can be flexible, like the energy, which is flexible, I think that you can be like guided towards something a bit different. Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's an opportunity to it's like an opportunity in disguise, or like a blessing in disguise, because it's disguised as a loss or a difficulty. But I actually feel like it's leading you into everything else that's about to come through. I feel like I really want to keep moving through the reading. Because how you perceive the situation is going to mean everything. If you perceive it as a blockage and a loss, it's going to be a blockage and a loss. If you perceive it as an opportunity to redirect or an opportunity to change something for the better, and you open your heart to it, then I feel like we move into the reading. So I want to keep going. So Uriel and the Sphinx, number 21. This is definitely a card of deep, deep inner work and self-discovery. So potentially this is a redirection, or it leads you into some powerful self-discovery. Uriel and the Sphinx can indicate someone kind of tuning into their higher purpose in the world and discovering what they're here to do or what they're here to offer the world. It's like having to do a lot of digging in your own soul. It can be a card of sort of chipping away at old belief systems, chipping away at, you know, your past and your conditioning in order to get closer to your truth, your true essence, your true nature, your true purpose. And then this card in this particular deck also has a message that it says something along the lines of be on the lookout for like a teacher or mentor or a new friend whom Archangel Uriel has sent you and has put on your path, because it's a very valuable relationship, and there's something very important about this relationship. So definitely be open to that person. Obviously trust your discernment as to who that person is, but there's someone very important that's going to appear on your path. This is someone that is being sent to you. Alright, so what more can you tell us about this card for group 2? So we have the Five of Wands and we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles can be like a student or apprentice type thing. So I do feel like maybe if you were to maybe put your pride aside or put your ego aside and join like a class or a group of interest, you could potentially meet someone there. But not only would you meet someone, it would also bring a lot of value to you as well. So maybe, like, if you look here, it could be like a dance group or some sort of other, movement or yoga or meditation or something like that. Or it could just be like a sports team or something like that. But the Five of Wands can be about a group of people, and the Page of Pentacles is like learning, studying, growing knowledge, growing skills. So I definitely feel like there's a group that you're going to join, or that you should join, and there will be a very important person that you'll meet, someone who really resonates with your soul. We have the King of Pentacles, and I feel like you're going to grow a lot together, do a lot together. But I kind of view the Page of Pentacles as you and the King of Pentacles as them, and I feel like they have a lot to teach you, which does make sense because, like we said in the Uriel and the Sphinx card, it can be a sign that the universe or Archangel Uriel is sending you a mentor or teacher who can help you a lot. So they have a lot that they can teach you and offer you. And you're never too old to learn new things. You're never too old to go to school or to go join a class or anything like that. And it doesn't even mean that this person has to be older than you or anything, but it just feels like they have a lot to offer you, a lot to teach you, a lot that can benefit you. We have the Magician. Magician and the King of Cups. So there could actually be more than one person that you meet through this avenue. There could, definitely be more than one. But I also just feel like being around people who resonate with you is going to do so much for your frequency and your vibration. I also see that the more that you get to know yourself and the more you align with the things that make you light up, you become like a clear channel for the universe, and you're able to just sort of stream information, advice, guidance towards you, as well as manifest, attract, and create the things that you want to create in your life. And it all comes down to like getting yourself into a really healthy alignment, living your truth, following your heart, and doing that difficult work to meet yourself at the depths of your soul, instead of just like living on the surface. So that you could have thought that your career path, you're going to do that forever. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. No, I'm not meant to be here. I'm being pulled in a new direction. There you'll meet new people. Your energy will improve. The vibration of your frequency will just improve and attract so much greatness and blessings and abundance towards you. And not just like in terms of material wealth, but like abundance in all kinds, abundance in friendships, abundance in happiness and health and things like that. And I also see you like mastering this thing or this skill that you're going to learn or going to do. Or if it's not something that you can master, or if it's something that you're already a master at, it's just like it's going to really just improve your energy from your core all the way out, and you're just going to be so happy and just shining. But I feel like you're being led to a new beginning. I think you're going to discover your purpose, what you're meant to do in this life. All because of this change. So let's look at foundation and achievements now. What can group 2 expect to see happening in terms of foundation and achievements? So we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Empress. Oh, we've got... Okay, I'm not really sure which one that was meant to be, so we're going to just reshuffle that part. All right, so what I can see so far, the 7 of Pentacles can sometimes... Oh my God, they're all just coming out in chunks right now. The 7 of Pentacles can be a card of giving something your all for quite a long time, being really patient, and then coming to a point where you stop and you look at what you've done and you're like, is this even fulfilling me anymore? Is this even sustaining me anymore? Is this what I really want to do? Is there something else I want to do? That kind of thing. So I do think that that's like confirming what we picked up on before. But then 7 of Pentacles can sometimes be a card that speaks about divine timing. And then with the Empress here, that's like divine energy as well. So something over here has to do with divine timing. Perhaps this whole journey, it was all just time. And this is you kind of realizing that, no, this isn't enough. I want to be happy. I don't just want to have money and be financially comfortable. I want to be happy. And then the Empress. Actually, with the Empress there, I'm also picking up that you could potentially be... Someone in this group could be deciding that they want to have a baby or birth something in the home, like a home business, a creative project, something in the home. Excuse me. Could be something like self-made. We have the 7 of Swords. Temperance and the Lovers in reverse. Underneath we have the 2 of Cups in reverse as well. Okay, some of you could be closing the door on a relationship that you thought, you know, it would be it, this would be it, but it's not sustainable anymore. I recognize my worth. I'm done with the deception, the lies, the betrayal, or whatever's not working here. I choose me, I choose my happiness, I choose my sanity, I choose my harmony. I'm ending this relationship. And I'm putting me first, I'm putting my worth first. Now this message will only resonate with you if you're in a connection that is not in sync. This person's lying, has lied, or they've betrayed you in some way, or they've like hidden something from you. Because, you know, 2 of Cups reversed, Lovers reversed, and 7 of Swords. That's like a separation because someone was lying, cheating, or betraying someone else, or being deceptive in some way. If it's not to do with a relationship outside of you, it's the relationship with your higher self and where you've been cheating your higher self out of its potential and convincing yourself that you were happy when you weren't. And temperance is like healing and bringing back into balance that higher self. Healing the way you see yourself, healing and bringing yourself back into balance, coming into alignment, improving your energy and trying to live your true path. It's almost like renewing the contract with your higher self. With Temperance, the Lovers, and Two of Cups there, it's like renewing the contract, coming back into union with your higher self and embodying that version of you and living true to that version of you. Okay. So a lot of changes, a lot of self-discovery, a massive improvement in your energy and alignment, and therefore the frequency you're putting out into the world. And then that frequency is going to attract many blessings and many people who are meant to be in your life. And many situations too, I would say. Let me have a quick drink. Okay, so we're now going to go into any other bits and pieces that we can see coming. And these are just sort of more minor things that we will just touch on a little bit more briefly. Alright, so what else can we see coming for group 2? Jeez Louise. I'm not going to take any of those, I'm going to reshuffle. What can we see coming for group 2? Group 2. We have the Angel of Strength in reverse, so it does feel like there's a temporary period of doubt or a lack of confidence that kind of enters your being for a little bit. And that's normal. Like when you start to see or feel like something is not going to plan or it starts to unravel, that can be daunting and it can bring about some fear or some instability within our being, and we can become a little bit doubtful and I guess question where we're going. So I do feel like there's a temporary period of instability and like a lack of confidence about your situation, but that's all part of the process and it is all leading you into this sort of next bit. So just do your best to stay grounded while that change is happening around you and stay connected to your heart space to navigate that period. Yeah, so with adjacent possibilities in reverse, I'm seeing a door closing, something that you thought was a possibility becomes unavailable, or a door to something closes. But once again, it's a redirection. So even though one door's closing, it will, it will open another. Reshuffle those, it was too many came out. Oh, we've got so many coming out again. Okay, so it feels like there's a surge of energy that's going to come to your sacral chakra, which is going to encourage you to sort of get out of that comfort zone, or get out of that the routine or the rigidity. You know, this surge of energy in your sacral chakra seems to like impact your it's like wherever you are confining yourself or keeping yourself limited or stuck, you're going to have the confidence or desire or power to get out of that. So take that as it resonates. It's a very, I don't know if it's just going to be for like one person. It could even be representing that small collective of you who may be ending a relationship. It's like where you lacked the power or worth to leave. It's like a surge of energy is coming from the universe to your sacral chakra that's going to ignite this flame within you that gives you that power and that desire to put yourself first. All right, so that's that. All right, so we're going to get a final message, and this is intended to be like your final healing message or final advice as we lead into all of these changes. And this one I'll read from the book. There's 2 decks mixed together in this lot. So let's see what group 2's message is now moving forward. Okay. Okay. So you guys got number 9, clear and activate. And it says, everything in the universe consists of energy. It is in a continual state of creation and recycling, adapting and changing to its current environment, interacting with everything that comes into contact with. There are many ways you can clear and activate chakras, energy fields, meridians, power centers, and your higher self. Energetic clearing applies to all areas of our life. The collective energy, physical changes, psychic information, spirit contact, and your home or workplace can be very overwhelming if you don't prepare yourself for these levels of interactions. When you are faced with a challenging moment, your energy centers become affected. A to and fro struggle or push and pull factor comes into play as you navigate these issues or interactions. Activating and clearing the energy centers through meditation or chakra balancing will improve your mental endurance. Potential healing can be achieved through yogi practices. Mudras, meditation, and exercises are beneficial to creating energetic balance within the physical body. And I literally spoke about that. I was like, yoga or meditation or something. And I said it's going to impact your energy. So that's amazing. It says, currently you may be feeling emotionally sensitive and hypersensitive to your environment, including weather and atmospheric pollution. Take positive steps to create an energetically supportive environment and understand the relationship with self. Right now, you need to switch focus. Being caught up in gossip, jealous conversations, participating in lower energy activities, repeated dramas, and toxic environments must all be shifted now if you want to live a better life. You must be accountable for your actions and reactions. Sunshine not only warms your skin, it also warms your soul. Spending time outdoors can refresh your mind and bring you back into the present moment. Negative and imbalanced energies can shift through natural light and atmospheric absorption through plant life. Very interesting. So that definitely was a good little, what's the word I'm looking for, spiel of advice for you guys to wrap up all of the messages that we got. There were a lot of little confirmations in there and a lot of really helpful stuff in that last part. So this is the end of your reading, group 2. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like button if this has been a helpful message. But until next time, sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye. Hello group 3, welcome to your reading where we are taking a look at 3 big things that you can expect to see soon in your life. So if you're with group 3, you chose the purple jaguar. And we're going to get into your reading today. So we'll start by pulling the 3 cards for the 3 big things. And then we're going to break them down one by one, and we'll use the tarot to try to get quite detailed. And then we're also going to look at a few small things that you can expect to see happening on a bit of a smaller scale. And we'll finish off with a final healing or final advice message. It could be healing, it could be advice, it could be both. But we'll see what comes through. So what's the first big thing that group 3 can expect to see? What's the first big thing that group 3 can expect to see happening? So we have the North Node here, step out of your comfort zone, coming out as our first card. What's the next big thing, the second big thing that group 3 can expect to see happening? Number 3 of scrolls, setting your course. Third big thing group 3 can expect to see, number 9. It's quite interesting how we've got the purple border on this card, the purple colour coming through, and you guys have the purple jag. So definitely a bit of synchronicity coming through there that I can see. We are going to start over here with the North Node card, and it says there, step out of your comfort zone. So this does look like you're going to be doing something a little bit different, maybe challenging yourself, doing things that maybe I don't know if my mic just turned off then or not. Sorry that I paused. I think it's back on. Maybe the battery's dead. I don't know if it's going to turn back off, but if the sound changes, you know why. I'll probably just keep filming without a mic though. So yeah, this can really be a card about like leaving everything behind and moving forwards, moving in a new direction. As you can kind of see on this card with those lines, it's almost like coming to a point, like leaving the past behind and ascending, like going to new levels, reaching new heights, doing new things, challenging yourself, growing, things like that. It can have a lot to do with like kind of like evolving and coming into alignment with your higher purpose. So we might just go straight into the tarot now and clarify exactly how this is. So you may be leaving, I can't help but get this feeling of like leaving something behind to walk a different path, you know, go a different route. I heard rising up to meet your destiny as well. So to be fair, I feel like all of your messages are going to kind of like tie into each other. Alright, so let's clarify the North Node card. What can you tell us about Group 3 and stepping out of their comfort zone? We have the Page of Swords. So you may like sign up, or it might even be like self-taught, but whatever it is, it's like you're either going to teach yourself or you're going to learn something completely new. I feel like you're going to something that you've been interested in or curious about. You're going to be like, man, why don't I just sign up for a class or a group or a school, a course, like whatever it might be. It's like you've already had this interest or this curiosity about this subject or this skill or this topic or this group for some time, but you've never acted upon it because it was maybe a little bit out of your comfort zone. It was something new, it was something you're not familiar with. And this is you kind of being like, do you know what? I'm just going to sign up. I'm going to go do it and see what happens. And this is the start of something quite special. We have the Ten of Pentacles there in reverse. So this could be something potentially that is a little bit non-traditional in your family. Maybe it goes against your family in some way, or it's something a little bit different than what your family are used to. Or it like, I can't help but feel like it's something different from your family dynamic. So like, let's say you have a family that are really not spiritual people, and then you decide that you want to go and learn how to read tarot. That's the type of, that's what I'm trying to say, is that it's from your family's viewpoint, it's something non-traditional, and maybe they either don't believe in you, or it goes against their beliefs or against what they want for you or something like that. But this is you deciding to stand in your own beliefs and follow your own interests instead of living life to please others. Or if, like, say in your family the female role usually is a stay-at-home mum, and then this is you and your path, or the path that you want to walk. Maybe you don't want children, you actually want to build a career, and that's what you feel like you want to do in this life, and your family are like, what? But you're like, no, that's what I want. And this is you deciding that that's okay for yourself, and making the path you're on one that you want to be on, and one that's aligned with you and what you want and your beliefs and things like that. If you were ever estranged from your parents or a parent, I feel like you're going to be learning about or inquiring about that parent or those parents, trying to maybe learn about their history, their dynamics, maybe trying to find answers. What else can you tell Group 3 about stepping out of their comfort zone? If you were working in like a family business, this could be doing something different, like choosing to walk a new path. I'm not going to take all those, that's too many. Yeah, I heard even if I have to start again, I'd rather build something of my own from the bottom up. That one kind of flipped over, but then it flipped back before I could take it out. So we're just going to leave it in the deck. If anybody is in a relationship that's not working, but you've stayed because it felt safe, I am seeing you get more and more curious about what life would be like if you were to walk away, and ultimately I see you deciding to take those steps. I feel like someone needed to hear that. We have the High Priestess. So definitely sort of tuning into your intuition and letting it be your guide, and then balancing it with rational and logic thought and implementing grounded, practical strategies. And then the World, to achieve your dreams, your goals, and see your desires and your desires come to fruition. So I feel like the scenario is different for everybody, but it's basically leaving it all behind and getting out of your comfort zone, or making the decision that feels less safe, taking a little bit of a risk, and not settling for a situation that's just not fulfilling you. You know, choosing to follow that intuitive pull, follow where your curiosities and your intuition is trying to lead you, and building a life based on those things. Your intuition will lead you to your dreams coming true. Underneath the deck we have the Ten of Swords, and so the 10 is about endings, and then as we can see here, she's kind of like in this little box, and it's like someone was trying to box you into somewhere where you didn't belong, and now you're ending the cycle and choosing to expand. You're growing out of that limiting or confining space, and you're finally going to take the steps to follow your own path instead of the path of somebody else. So that's a pretty big shift there. Let's move into the 3 of Scrolls, setting your course. So what can we find out about setting your course for Group 3? What is this all about? It almost feels like this is you kind of sailing in that new direction, seeing what you want. As you can see, he's got the telescope. It's like seeing where you want to go, seeing how you're going to get there, and starting that journey. So it's like planning, kind of like in the planning stage, like seeing what it is you want and planning how to get there is what that comes through. Like some of you may actually travel with we've got a boat and the ocean, so it could be like overseas travel or a cruise or traveling by boat. I'm just going to reshuffle those. You don't have to be traveling by boat, but it could just be like an overseas flight or something like that. But I definitely am seeing this as like planning and strategizing. We have the Four of Wands in reverse. So I do feel like some of you are like uprooting your life to start again, potentially in a different place. So some of you might be, relocating permanently or even temporarily, like long distance. So, you could be, I heard like leaving the nest. So like you could be moving out of home, or you could be leaving home to travel, or you could be moving out of home to somewhere long distance, moving to a new city, moving to a new country, moving to a new state, because it feels like there's an uprooting going on, like a big transition from one place to the next. But yeah, it's like leaving the nest almost. What else can you tell us about this situation? Maybe you're gonna like travel the world and like leave everything else behind and just travel the world for a bit, like work little jobs here and there along the way, and just earn enough to kind of keep the dream alive. And maybe your family's like, no, maybe they like to, what's that saying? You work to live, whereas they live to work. Queen of Pentacles. So I'm actually viewing the Queen of Pentacles in this case, because it's in reverse. For a second I had to think about it. But I realized that this is you choosing to be more selfish, but that's a good thing in your case, because I feel like you're very selfless and have lived your life to please other people for a very, very long time. It's like you've overgiven to people who don't deserve it. You've given a lot to people, you've given a lot to the world, and you've strived to meet everybody's expectations and keep everybody happy. But this is you deciding to completely uproot that and be more selfish in your decisions and your plans, knowing that you are important as well, and sort of needing to dig deep and realize that you are worthy to live out your dreams and to walk your own path. You can only exist on the path of someone else, but you can truly live on your own path. So we have the Two of Wands there. So that's, I definitely, very symbolic of you. When you think about the Two of Wands in a standard deck, we have someone, they're on land, there's a wall in front of them, and they're looking out at a horizon, but they're literally in their comfort zone, looking out and trying to decide whether or not to take that leap. And it is very much symbolic of, taking a risk to leave the stability or the safety of the comfort zone and try to find something better, more fulfilling. So yeah, making plans, There could be someone you're making plans with. The Two of Wands can sometimes be about partnership, and we do have like more than one person in this card, and these two are kind of like on a team. So there could be someone that you're making plans with, whether that's platonic or romantic. Oh, I've done the deck thing again. Death in reverse. So yeah, that's a major transformation and like a rebirth into a more authentic version of you. I've started to notice that sometimes without realizing I split the deck when I'm sort of reading cards, and normally when I've done that, there's a message in that card that's showing, or that's being shown, where I've split the deck. So I've started to try to notice that a little bit more, and it's been really good. Anything else to know about the Three of Scrolls? Definitely setting your sights on something, making plans, being a little bit more selfish. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse, and we have the King of Pentacles. See, there is another person showing up after all. So I do feel like it could be more like business related, or like soul tribe, or platonic, like a friendship. It doesn't have to be love related, depending on what you're looking for. I don't really pick up love at this stage, but I definitely feel like there is someone either that you already know or that's coming onto your path who's going to be a part of the planning and a part of the vision here. It could be someone with the Ace of Swords in reverse. That could just be like a small sign that this isn't someone that you are communicating with yet, like someone that you don't know yet. But it could also be, for some reason I'm picking up like a restart, a second attempt at something with a person. So take that as it resonates when the time comes. It could be two people working on a shared idea, or it could be something more to do with like a relationship, but it'll be a little bit different for everybody. But that's what I can see with the Three of Scrolls. All right, so let's move into spiritual strength. What can you tell us about the spiritual strength situation? Those ones. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, Temperance in reverse. Okay, so there is an opportunity. This is talking about an opportunity, or like a new something that you're like growing or building or working on, and it is going to test your spiritual strength. So this situation is coming through as something that's going to test your spiritual strength. And test your patience. It's going to be a long-term venture. It's going to be something, that tests your patience, because it's going to take time. It's going to test your patience, your strength. But it's like this is not just, this is a diamond here, and diamonds are a very rare gem, and that is, it's definitely symbolic to say that this is like a golden opportunity. It's an amazing opportunity that's going to grow into something so wonderful. But there's going to be a lot of pressure before that diamond's formed, and it's going to take time, energy, and determination. But it is an amazing opportunity. It's going to, with the Four of Cups in reverse, I'm hearing it's going to change your life. And everywhere that you were like bored, complacent, unhappy, or limiting yourself, you're just going to completely turn it around, and you're going to be, the reward of all the pressure that you must go through is going to be great, and it's going to be very freeing with the Hanged One in reverse, a very freeing experience. Three of Swords, a very freeing experience that also helps you heal yourself. It helps you heal. With the Queen of Cups in reverse underneath, it helps you heal the part of you that was overgiving, over-loving, overextending yourself for people. So maybe you start to help others heal, and then that has a healing effect for you too. I'm not fully sure how that makes sense, but I know that the message is accurate. Maybe your journey, you teach other people how to prioritize themselves and walk their own path, and that's what's healing and freeing for you, is helping to free other people from where you were or where you were stuck, and then using your experience and your wisdom to help and guide others, something like that. Doesn't have to be exactly, but that's just something that kind of came through there. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for that part. So let's go into some of the more little extra predictions that we can get, some more little minor ones, I suppose we could say. And then we'll get your final message before we close out the reading. If this is like a love interest, it could be, it's an amazing relationship that's going to be very rewarding, but you are trying to heal and bring yourself back into balance, and this person heals you and teaches you that people can reciprocate, the right people will reciprocate, and they give back to you, and that's a very freeing, healing experience to have someone that can reciprocate and match the type of energy that you can give other people. Alright, so what are the other little predictions that we can see coming for group 3, please? Any other final little predictions for group 3? Okay. So the Angel of Balance is definitely an angel or an energy that's supporting you at present. And this angel could be very influential in this journey, because this angel's presence will show you where things aren't in balance, where you're overgiving, where people aren't matching that, and where you need to stop giving altogether in order to bring your own energy and life into balance. So I think the Angel of Balance is very influential in this entire journey. And that's definitely a little confirmation to say that there is like a cosmic influence or a more spiritual element to what's going on for you. We have the 7th chakra. So I think intuitively, your intuitive gifts are going to either come online or get very stronger. Your crown chakra is like, it's at the very top of the head, and it's a chakra that's very connected to the other realms. We can channel information through the crown chakra and things like that. So it feels like you're going to be very connected to the cosmos. The information that you need or that you're seeking is going to come to you. It's either going to show up for you or it's going to come through you, and you're just going to have an inner knowing about what's for you and what's not. And your intuition will be, your best guide on this journey. And yeah, you'll definitely be healing a broken heart. It's going to be a very, very healing journey over the next, however many months that this plays out. There's going to be a lot of healing going on for you and your heart space. Underneath the deck, we also do have the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. And that's about sort of learning to live your truth, express your truth, and be more authentic, not just with yourself and with other people, but just in life in general. So that could be another little thing that's improving along with it's like clarity and the ability to express yourself and live a life according to your authenticity. All right, and final card. So this is intended to be either a healing or helpful message from now as all of this unfolds. So this should be something that you can take away with you immediately and implement in your life. So there's 2 decks mixed together here for this one. So far, when I'm using it, we only ever seem to get the Sacred Spirit reading cards, which are these cards with the trees. And we haven't had a crystal grid card yet, so let's see if you guys will be the first. So what is the final healing or helpful message for group 3 from now moving forward as all of this unfolds? Oh, and you are the first to get one. Okay, so we have number 18 with ground, and this is the smoky quartz crystal. And I'm going to read this message from the book. Okay. Excuse me. You may be in need of some grounding right now. It is easy to get caught up in our spiritual and healing work, or having to do a lot of mental work or stare at a computer for lengthy amounts of time. This can unbalance your energy because your energy is being used by the upper half of your body. You may be feeling a bit spacey, you could be clumsy, or things may not seem to be quite right. This could be a sure sign that you need to ground, and working with smoky quartz or black tourmaline is excellent for this. Not only does it ground you, it also neutralizes negative energy while bringing in calm. Always remember to keep the balance. If you are doing a lot of mental or spiritual work that utilizes your higher chakras, always balance this by doing something that uses your lower chakras or lower body, such as gardening, earthing or placing your bare feet on the earth, doing something creative, or using grounding stones like smoky quartz or tourmaline. Carry the stones on you if you know you will be doing a lot of upper work, or wear a necklace or jewelry to help bring about the balance. The more our vibrations rise, the more important this simple exercise is needed. Grounding will also make you feel more centered and in control of what's going on around you. You will be surprised at the impact of doing this. It will also help you feel more connected to Mother Earth and what she needs. So I definitely think that this is something you can use now, but definitely something to remember going forward with this entire reading, because it's definitely as if you're going through a very spiritual journey, or even a total spiritual awakening. And because you've got a lot of higher chakra work or higher chakra energies going on, like it said, it's very important to be countering that and grounding your energies. So you can do that with the crystals that are mentioned here, or you can do that simply by just getting your bare feet in the earth, like it says here, doing something creative, or even gardening, or you can, dance, stretch, something that brings you back into your body. And yeah, so remember that, just to help keep that balance in your own energy, and to help you feel centered with all of sort of the changes and things that are going on with you in your being. So that's the end of your message today, group 3. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to hit the like button to show your support. But until next time, sending love, light, and everything bright. Bye.